Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2009 action martial arts film Ninja. The film is directed by Isaac Florentine and it stars Scott Adkins. Right, okay, I did a poll recently on the channel where I asked for you to tell me which Scott Adkins film did you want me to review next. I put up a few options and this was the clear winner. I'm also aware that he did a sequel to this, which I will definitely check out after watching this film. And what is this film about? Well, this film focuses on Scott Adkins' character Casey, who is an American who is studying abroad. He was kind of abandoned as a child by his mother, and he's kind of living in this place where they teach ninjas, teach you how to be a ninja. He has been dedicated for many, many years, is very, very skilled and honourable and all that. However, there is, as you would expect, a rogue student, Masasuka, very, very skilled also, but just constantly rejects Scott Adkins. He tries to kill him. He gets banished from the group and turns rogue, and essentially becomes a ninja for hire. He seeks revenge on the dojo, and Scott Adkins goes to America with some sacred ninja items to put in storage, which puts him head to head with this rogue ninja Masasuka, and it puts them on a head-on collision. Right, what are my thoughts on Ninja? Well, first thing I want to say about this is I did really quite enjoy this one. I thought it was very, very nicely made. It felt authentic. You know, there's times when they're speaking authentic Japanese sort of thing in the dojos and stuff with subtitles. You've got Scott Adkins doing the same. All feels very authentic, and I think the biggest weak point here of the film is that it follows a very, very generic and familiar laid out plan for a film like this. Whenever a dojo's involved, there's always a rebel student, who's highly talented that kind of rejects the runt of the litter, if you want to call it, or the outsider, the one that doesn't fit in. And this film pretty much follows that to the letter. I mean, it tries to give a little bit of a different storyline here, where it's this kind of cult that hire this Masasuka, this ninja, to do a job for them, and this ninja wants things in return. They can't deliver it, which kind of puts him at a collision course with them as well. And there are bits and pieces where you've got like Scott Adkins and this, well, you would expect to be quite skilled ninja alongside him, this female, this lady, who I suppose I don't think the film did her justice in a sense. She appeared very skilled at the beginning. There are moments in the film where she's kind of holding her own martial arts wise, but she almost becomes a damsel in distress. Well, she does become the damsel in distress, really. And it felt a bit dated in that sense. I think they could have probably handled her character a little bit better. But Scott Adkins, as usual here, is absolutely fantastic. Completely on point with all the martial arts here. Very, very good indeed. The fight choreography was superb. And it's quite, you could argue really it's an origin story as well. Not that he becomes a superhero, but the kind of presenting the ninjas like that in this film. I mean, the get-up that Masasuka wears is, full on G.I. Joe type get-up. Is it Cobra? I can't remember. The guy, the ninja guy in G.I. Joe. He dresses very much like that. He looks damn cool as well. And another thing that doesn't necessarily make sense is this guy, this baddie, this Masasuka. He's after like these ancient ninja artifacts that Scott Adkins ends up kind of wearing as his costume by the end of the film. But all I kept thinking is, why your gear is much cooler than that. Why would you want it other than maybe to sell it? But he doesn't. He wants it because I think he thinks it gives you mystical powers and stuff like that. And It really doesn't, even though it kind of hints at it in the film. So, you get this really cool face-off at the end between these two characters. And while it was difficult to sometimes figure out who was who, because they were kind of both wearing very similar outfits by the end of the film, they did a smart thing, and they kind of demasked Scott Adkins fairly quickly so that you can kind of follow it a bit better. So it was a fun movie, this. Yeah, there's an awful lot of it that doesn't make a lick of sense. Let's say you've got highly trained ninjas getting taken out left, right, and centre. And it just kind of felt like they were there just for cannon fodder, sort of thing. But it was old-fashioned in the way the film was structured. Absolutely, it was. And I think if this film had kind of been handled poorly in regards to the fight choreography and the action and the martial arts, then it could have been a really cheesy mess. And while there are elements of cheese here, I think it's done in a way that it takes itself seriously, but not in a negative way. Sometimes films like this take themselves too seriously, and they kind of become very, very silly because of it. And it was leaning a little bit towards that with the cult element of it. This cult of. You remember that cult in Cobra? You know what I mean? Where they're all bashing axes together. There's this cult run by powerful people, and if you're in this cult, you get kind of branded with this thing, and you're just kind of thinking, well, they're just branding anybody, it would seem, because some of the people who were branding were beyond useless. They were not very good at all at what they were doing in regards to taking out bad guys. So yeah, a little bit silly in parts, but I had quite a lot of fun with this one. I am actually really looking forward to checking out the second one. Also, all the others that I put on the poll on the channel, I will definitely be watching and reviewing, because I haven't seen any of those Scott Adkins films, and as you know, I am putting as much time into watching as many of his films and his filmography as I can, so I can get around to doing a really informed top 10 list. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with this one. Lots of silliness, but lots of entertainment as well. A really fun and entertaining Scott Adkins film. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy this review. I will, of course, be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.